So I started recording. So welcome everyone for those who are listening to the recording. Today's topic is user interface. Reza will be the lead instructor in this one. And it is hands-on heavy. Please get your IDEs ready. Follow the steps. There will be no questions on user interface on the exam. However, the assignment can either replace your worst grade or count towards extra points towards your overall average. Okay. All right, Reza, I'm going to mute. I'll be around in case someone have a question, but I will not really interact. I want you to be the main instructor on this one. All right. Okay,
Thank you, Professor. Okay, thank you, Professor. Hello, everyone. So today we'll discuss about topic J, which is related to user interface. Today I'll show you how to design and code in Eclipse and Intellij. So before doing that, I'll talk about a little bit, only 2 slides on user interface. So it's a primary way to connect with a software. So today I'll show you that like how we can design easily just by drag and drop in Eclipse and in Intellij. So the technology is used by several companies and several software development to ensure that it looks good, and we can use that software easily. So the framework which is needed to develop user interface, one of these framework is called Java Swing. So today I will show you how to install Java Swing. So the part will be like 3-part. I divided into 3 parts. I want all of you to practice with me so that you can question me in these 3 parts. So first part, I will cover how to install Java Swing, which is the package for developing the user interface. And the second part, how to design in that class, how to use component. I will show you in that second part, and in third part I will show how to connect the coding part with that design part. So I want your question when I am in the part 1. I want your question. If you feel free to like ask any question that, for example, if you face any problem during installation, during design or code. So first, I'm starting with Java Swing package installation. So I'm starting with Eclipse to show how to install Java Swing package in Eclipse. Then I'll show you Intellij. Whether Intellij does not need to install, just they by default they have that Swing package. However, I'll show you both on that. So to install Swing package, you have to go to help, install new software. So generally Java Swing is not added with Eclipse, so you have to get it from here. So the second part here, you have to select your version. So for example, my version is 2020 version, so I am selecting the Eclipse version. Let me know if you if I am going fast. Then you have to go to general purpose tool. So there are several package list. So you have to go to general purpose list. Then you have to install some package. So I have already installed the package. That's why it does not show. I'll show you an image that contains the package names. I'm sharing the link of the package names in the chat so that you can look at those package names. So there are 2 types of package. If you look at Swing package, start with Swing SWT. Those are Swing package, and another package name is Windows Builder. So Windows Builder is needed to develop the frame, palette, I'll show you what those other things means. So you have to install Swing packages and Windows Builder packages. So check those marks. If you check those marks, for example, I checked those marks in here. If you check those marks, then just go to for installation. Next and install it. And it will take 1 or 2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes based on computer speed to install. So why I am installing this? If you install these packages, okay. Yes, Garcia, I think you can click the boxes. Yeah. So for example, general purpose tools, and you can check the boxes that has Swing and uh, Windows Builder packages. Any question on that? Like how to install? Okay, I shared the link. If you look at the link, I can show you again. So these packages you have to check. Swing Designer, all is Swing related package and Windows related package. And you can find this under General Purpose Tool box. I have already installed that. That's why it does not show on the list. So it doesn't show in this list, but you will find those lists in here. Yeah, selecting more than one, you can select, and then 3 items is selected, then you can go next and install the package. So why we are installing this package? Yes, you have to restart the Eclipse. That's true. So after installation, generally it will automatically restart the Eclipse. Why I am installing this? To get some new feature when I am creating a class file or package file. I'll show you that now. So if you are ready to install the packages, then I can go next stage. So this is Eclipse installation. For IntelliJ, I think there is nothing. By default, when you create a project, it by default it has Java GUI. If you look at Swing U Designer, it's little down. So Swing U Designer already it has this, so you do not have to install anything, but you will get automatically this. If you do not get this option, let me know. I think newer version already implemented Swing framework inside Intellij Idea. So you do not have to install anything for that purpose. So now I am showing everything on how to code, how to design, how to create a project, everything on Eclipse. So you can do the same thing on like creating a project on IntelliJ, then creating a Java Swing framework. You can do that. So I'll show you that arena. I'll show you that in how to create a project, then how to select, how to create a GUI framework, GUI class. So this is class GUI form. So we'll show you how to create GUI form now in the second step. So for the first step, do you have any question? Anyone? How to install Java Swing package? Okay. I think if anyone, feel free to knock me or share your screen. I can debug on behalf to see like if there is any problem on your on the installation part. So I'm moving on. If you have any question, just message. Yes. you have to yes, after installation, generally Eclipse restart the package, restart the Eclipse. So if I install the package, automatically Eclipse will restart. So that's a normal thing. If the Eclipse is not restart, you can close and restart the Eclipse again. So that's how you ensure that your package is installed and loaded properly in our Eclipse. Does that answer your question, Evalos? Okay. Now I'm going to second part. So how to design? So to design a class or a frame, we need to start a project. So I'm creating a project. It's a same how. So I name it swing project. So it will be same as you did create Java project in before. So you create a simple Java project. I don't need that. I have empty Java project that has code file, nothing else. The same thing you can do at Intellij, empty Java project. Then the good thing is in here. Now, when you come here and go to other, because you installed a Java Swing class, which is uh, not a basic package, so you will find that Java Swing class at other location. So if you click at other and then go to Windows Builder, then Swing Designer, then Application Window. So when you find this application window, you will just go to next. I name it maybe form 1 for example for now. So you can name anything. I'll show you what is the meaning of form 1, form 2, form 3. For example, for this project, I am developing a calculator. So calculator that has that will take input from the user and additional or subtraction. I will do addition subtraction to get the result. But how we like using Swing framework, how we can do that? Okay, so I'm showing you again. So if you click on your source folder, new, so in Eclipse, it will find it on other, then go to Windows Builder, then Swing Designer folder, then Application Window. And if you go to next, you have to give a name. Okay, Garcia. So when you create a class in here from one.java, you can name it calculator.java, you can name it something else also. When you open it, when you double click on it, you will find two parts. One is design, one is source. So source is this code and design is this code, this part. So design has some GUI interface, so graphical user interface, that we will use drag and drop operation to do the design. And in coding part, we will have some automatically developed code. Yeah, new GUI form, right? Under IntelliJ, so I'll show you under IntelliJ when you have an empty class, when you click on new, you will find Swing UI Designer and then GUI form. I am creating a project, then create a new Java class under Swing UI Designer GUI form. Okay. So I'm going back to source and design. The same thing you will find at in here. For example, I have created a form 1 here. When you created a GUI form, then you will see two things. One is design here, and one is code. So the same thing, and you have all. I'll show you the next part. So until now, I think this is an empty Java design, but they have some already automatically developed code. So you don't have to touch the code to run the things. So design, this is a design like empty design form. So you can name it calculator or anything else. So if you run the project, it will show you a form, empty box of software. Garcia, so are you developing on IntelliJ? Okay, Eclipse. Can you, when you create a project, can you see the other, and can you see this Windows Builder, Swing Designer, and Application window? Okay, when you click next and give a name, can you see this like form1 or calculator.java on the left side? Okay, so after that it means you have everything in there. So you just double click on it, and when you open the form, can you see source and design? For Aaron, I did not starting using any palette yet. It's an empty design form. For Garcia, if you see this, can you see source and design? Uh, so yes, you need better like updated. I forgot how to look at that file. So you have to update the Eclipse, or you can, what you can do, you can uninstall your Eclipse package, Eclipse, and install the newer version of Eclipse that has like everything new. So that's how you can get Java 11, more than Java 11, and so in my case it is Java 12 only. So yes, I think the same thing as Professor said. Yeah, there is a way of installing an Java version. So if you need help, you can contact me in my office hours so that I can personally help you to how to install that Java version. Okay, so for palette, so it's an empty design. So at first, the palette has so many things. You can look at system, container, layout, components. So at first we have to know about layout. What is the layout means? So layout means in this design, how do you layout? The Do you want to two column, one column, or absolute design? Like there is an absolute layout. If you hover the mouse, it will show you layout with absolute positioning components. What it means? It means if you use this layout, you can place any component in any position. Thank you, George, for sharing the link. So there are layout. So one is absolute layout. Today I will use absolute layout so that we can place any component in any position. So I will show you at first. So click on absolute layout and click on the box. So now it has absolute layout. So what does it means? It means if you take a label, I'll show you what is label now. So label, and you can put in any position. You see, it changes the position, X and Y position. So this is good. Absolute layout is good when you are developing something simple. But there are some other layout. For example, grid layout is like uh, um, so let me look at Aaron. Where is the layout? These are all components. Um, not that. Uh, it has by default. Oh, here. So when you click on the box, they have layout manager here. You see? So click on the box and it will show you a property box. Okay. The whole design, if you look at the whole design, there is three things. One is palette, one is the design box, and another right side or left side, if you have properties or components, whatever it is. So properties is when you working with one component. So that has some properties. I will show you that what is that means. And components is, for example, I have frame. So this is whole thing is a frame. Then I took a label inside a frame. So it goes inside the frame. So this is the tree structure that they produce for your visual understanding. Visual understanding. So now I will create a first I will work with some components to show you how to work with properties and how to connect with them. So first I use a JLabel. So if you hover a mouse, JLabel is text display area for short text or image. So which you can use in your design for short text or design. For example, I am for this text I am showing you welcome to our software. So what is the software name? Calculator. So for example, when you click on the JLabel, then you will find it on the text on the properties, and you can change the text. So I'm changing to basic calculator. For Kevin Ramirez, are you working on Eclipse, right? So when you install the Swing package, Java Swing is not accessible. What do you know which version of Eclipse you are using? Um, at first, for Kevin, do you know? Okay, no. How do I check it? I think go to About Eclipse IDE and let me know the version of the Eclipse. Then I'll check. Okay. Then I think, what is the Java version? Oh, so when you click on your project and go to properties, you will see which Java compiler is using now in here. I am using Java 12 on the right side. So if it is older than Java 11, I think it will not run for some reason. I'm not sure. I have to check. I can come back again if with a good answer why it is not installing on Java 9 or 8. For Vedza, I think. What do you mean by palette? But there is nothing in it. Okay. Um, for Vedza Avalos, are you on Eclipse or IntelliJ? Okay, on Eclipse. So did you install all of this package? So all of this package, you have to install Windows Builder as well as Swing SWT. Okay, how can you check that you install the Swing and Windows Builder package? For example, in my case, I am showing you from about Eclipse IDE and then installation details. You will see all of these packages names in here. Can you see those? So if you see those Swing packages name in here, then I think you install properly those Windows Core or and SW Swing packages. And for IntelliJ, I think you do not have to worry about that. Okay. Go to Help and then About Eclipse IDE. And then Installation Details. Yeah, I think Birza, you can share your screen and I can help you with that. Okay, I'm giving you permission now. Um, Go to, you do not have, can you go to Help again? Uh, I think in your case, check for update. Go to check for update on the Help. Go down, check for update. Is it coming? This is not that. So, I'm not. So, um, I'm not sure your JDK is installed properly because it said for Bedza, I think you need to install Java AC11. For some reason, you in your um, Java SDK it shows Open JDK for some reason. I'm not sure how to connect that JDK with newer version. So I can help you after class. Oh, here you get it. So Swing Designer, Windows Builder. I think you have those. Okay. Can you go to right click on your source folder and show me how you create your GUI form? Right click on your project, yeah, new, other, application window, form 2, go next, yeah, you can give another form 2, yeah. Your design has nothing. Go to your design. Okay. I think you need to install the newer version of Eclipse for some reason again. Maybe for JDK like compatibility. I can check your things after class because it needs some debugging. I'm not sure why it is not working now. Is that okay, Bedza? After class, or you can, yeah. Okay. So I'm sharing again my screen. So now I'm going back to design my UI. So I took a J level. You can took a J text field, which I'll show you now can be used as taking input. So for example, I am taking a J text field. So this is a J text field where you can take input. I can take another level. Okay. Are you on Eclipse or IntelliJ? IntelliJ. Okay. So there is two form you can see. Form 1 here, if you extract it, then you'll see form design. This is code and this is design. And when you find this, then you can choose level. Here there is a level, and there is text box also, J text field, you can see. So like this. Does that answer your question, Aaron? Okay. So I'm giving a level name first number. So I will do addition and subtraction. So I need two text box, two level. That's it. So first number. So the importance, the text box has nothing because it's empty text at the beginning. When you run it, for example, I can run it now. One. So you can give any input in here. Okay. So this is where JText field works. So the important thing is whatever I will give input, for example, I give 1, 2, 3 in this text field, but in what variable it will take input. So if you if you select that text field and see there is a name variable, can you see that? You can give any name here. For example, I give number 1. So what it means? It means if I input 1, 2, 3, number 1 will get that value. But for that purpose, I will need one line of code to get that variable from number 1. Okay. So this is a number 1 text field. For simplicity, I can give number 1 TF. TF means text field. For so I will take another level for second number. Sorry. Stop me if you have any questions. So Garcia has, I got stuck with little behind. How do you get the UI window again? Okay, I'll show you that now. So when you create a project, did you create a project, Garcia? Empty project? Did you create that? Yes, okay. Now, if you go to your source folder, right click on it, new, then if you have this in here, that's fine. If you do not have other, then go to Windows Builder, Swing Designer, then Application Window. So main application window you have to select, then next, and okay. Could you show us to do all of this in IntelliJ too? Yes. So I think Garcia, does that answer your question? How to create a form? Okay. For Claudio, I think you cannot move something if your layout is not proper. For example, my layout is, you can see my layout is now absolute. If you choose something else, it will not let move to all of those numbers. So only absolute can give you freedom to move things up. For IntelliJ, I can, by default it is grid layout. You can see it is by default forcing us to look like a grid. So I can try to make it uh, it does not have any grid layout. Let's see, maybe form layout. Um, okay, I did not see any absolute layout on IntelliJ in my case also. Let's see border layout. Border layout is too complex. Okay. So you can use form layout or some layout for now for learning purpose. I'm not sure you can take absolute layout in IntelliJ Idea because they do not provide that. Let's say card does not move me too much. Model layout does not give me that flow layout. Um, you can now for learning for you can use form layout. Now then I will move to like how to do that. Form layout will give you stack the component one by one. So for now you can use that. Does that answer your question, Monsieur? Just use form layout for now. Okay. So I'm taking second level for number and then taking another text field. So by default, Garcia, the design will be empty. So there will be nothing. Do you mean you do not have any palette, Garcia? So for example, I close my form one. So when you create with a package like this, other then application window, you will get like this form one, whatever you gave name. You double click on it, you will see the code, but you will click on design on the right side on this tab. You will see the design in here, and when you drag and drop, automatically there is some code is initiating. So are you missing design window, Garcia? Okay, I think you have the same problem with Java like version maybe, or if you do you have Java AC12? Can you see that on the left side? So generally I install Java. I think 11 will work also. So did you, if just go to about Eclipse IDE, um, okay. So you shared a link where You can try that. I'm not sure how the link will work. Oh, okay, that's great. Garcia suggested a link. You can look at that if you have empty design box. Okay, yeah. So I have created another second number text field, and I can give that variable name, not text. Text will use to show, and this I will use for variable name number 2 tf. So you cannot give a space, and you cannot start with number. So the same convention as you created variable in Java. Extra text fields. So you can just click on it and press delete button. That's it. Or you can delete from your component, right click, delete. You can just select and press delete button. That's it. Does that answer your question, Aaron? Okay. So I'll show you now when you drag and drop, what happens in source. So for example, when I click drag text field, if you go to your text field, you will see there are some code is adding. For example, when I'm creating a number 1 text field, it creates this 4 line. So this 4 line is for number 1 text field. You can see when I create. So it's a J text field. What is the set bound? It means location, XY location. Uh, so set bound has, I think, X, Y, width and height. So if you change height, it will change here. For example, if I go to design and I make it little wider, it will change automatically in the code. So this is the fastest part in the, so already this thing is changed when I am dragging and dropping, sorry, this thing. And yeah, so this is the thing already generated for you. So if you drag and drop a lot of component, it will create more code in your project. So let's see after running, is it running or not. So you can see first number and second number is here. Why my second number is not showing? Okay, now I'm taking a button. If you go, there is a J button. So J button. So for addition, sorry. So I'm changing a text addition. Or I can give just plus. So plus. Now, if I take one of this number and I take another number and click on plus, it will show some result on the bottom side. So for that purpose, I can take a label to show the value. So for example, here I take a label result. So I'll show the result in here. I can, for showing the result, I can take a text field or I can take a J label, whatever works for you. For simplicity, I will take J text field for now, but you can show it on level also. So generally for output, we do not use J text field. I can take it a level. I can delete it. I can take a level. So by default, it will show 0. Yeah. So by default, the result will show 0. When I am taking number and plus, it will show the result. To show the result, this is important to create a variable name. And because I'll show in here, I'll change the value. So change the variable name. I'm giving result level for simplicity, result level. So I'll show the result level in here. So all the design code is now converted to some source code also in here. Now we need to do some action on plus button. So how we can do that? So till now I showed you how to design. So you can take checkbox. So checkbox is using for selecting something or not. Radio button. Um, then there are some table also. You can take editor is a password field. Sometimes you need to take username and password. So password field is there, and normal username you can take by text field. So they have a lot of components, and if you go to your slide, um, topic J slide, you will see Java swing hierarchy, one of the slide, fourth slide, and it has some object component and how it component has J level, J list, all those description. Okay, now I need to do some operation on plus button. How we can do that? So you have to right click and event handler, and you will see a lot of event handler on this, but we want to so what is event handler? For example, when you mouse hover, it is an event. When you click, it is a hover. When you double click, it is an event. So there are several events you can do. When you click by mouse, when you click by keyboard, so there is a lot of event can be possible. So for simplicity, I want to use just click. So that is called action. Action performed. Uh, so it's not JavaScript listener. It's designed by Java Swing frame like package. So it's like not from JavaScript. It's Java is own like by itself, and it will create some Java method. When I click on it, you can see it will create some Java listener. So I'll show you on that. So now there is nothing left, only design code in here. But when I click on uh, event handler, it will create an code on the source folder. Source, you can see I click on this and it creates this block. So this is already before when I create a plus button, it creates this already, but only this part it mentioned button, add action listener, action performed. You see, so you have to do the coding in here in this. So do the coding of plus operation, do addition operation. So I'm moving into my third part. Before going to that, do you have any question on the second part? How to design in a Java Swing class? Anyone? Related to palette, related to component, related to properties. Properties has a lot of things. For example, I want this button to be colored. So how we can or make it bigger. For example, I want this basic calculator text should be bigger. So I click on font. You can see font and click on it, and I can give some bigger size. So yeah. So the same thing you can do for plus. I want some different color, for example, blue color. So the plus button is so hard to see, but I can see it is in blue. So this is you can do in here, and there are some other option also. You can use that. So now I'm doing plus button. If you, I think you do not have any question on that. So just remember that I have a variable number 1 tf, number 2 tf, and I will show the result on result level. So I have three variables: number 1 tf, number 2, and result level. So at first, when I am in the method, how I can get the number 1 tf value? So number 1 dot tf dot get. When you click on that get text, it will, whatever you write on that text box, it will give you that text. So it's a string. So number one string, or I can make it smaller. So when you write number 1 tf dot get text, it will return you number 1 string. So I am keeping this value in a string variable. I know that is a number, but I keep it in a string variable. Then I can create the same thing for number 2. So number 2 is string. So number 2 tf, because second field is number 2 tf. Now I need to convert those, because whatever I get is in string field. Now I need to convert. So how can I convert? Yes, I think percentager can be one way, Aaron. Another way I can think about double for now. Number 1. So sorry, I take a number 1 variable and I write double dot value of. So this will give you conversion of from number 1 string to number 1. So this is a number I need to some addition operation. So it's a simple, just double dot value of. So whatever it is in here, it will convert that string to number. So same thing for conversion. So this is conversion, and number two string. Now I can do the result creation. So result equal to number 1 plus number 2. Now I have created the result variable, but I did not set. Set means whatever the result is created, I need to set in this box, in this result level. If you remember, the variable name is result level. So I need to set it now. Set the result to result level. How can I do that? Result, type the variable name result level, dot why it is not coming. Let me check something. I'm not sure why level is not working, but I can delete the line and add a text field here to show you how it works. So I will give the same variable name in here. Just instead of level, I use a text field. So I name it result tf. So I change it to result TF. I am not using result level now. Result TF dot, now it's come. Okay. So get text is used for taking receiving the number, and set text is using for set the number. So now in C there is an error. Why? You cannot set a string directly. So you need to convert it either. I think you can do by string dot value of result. So you need to convert that result to a, then set it on the set text parameter. So now it is converted to set to a number. Let's see, is it working or not. So I'm giving 2, 3. You can see it shows 5, 6, 9. It is working. So if you look at some already developed calculator program, they use the similar properties. So you can see they use button, a lot of button they used, and their result level is on the top. They showed every result in the top. So generally this is the way they develop their name thing. So do you know how to design and code on the Swing framework? Swing. Okay, use decimal. So if I use 6.2, is it working or not? I'm not. Yeah, it's working. 6.2 and 9.4. So now I'll show you whatever I perform is an action performed button. So if you look at that, I click on action performed, but I can use something else also. So I just give some name. If you, for example, mouse. So if you move a mouse, what will happen? You can give on this plus button. So there are a lot of action you can perform using in one button. Also, you can do the same thing for here. It has also an event handler. For example, if someone puts a string, it will show a red thing. So you can do that in here also. Add event handler. Anything else I can show you? I'm not sure also, Aaron, why IntelliJ does not have this form, but they have form layout, which you can do stack multiple level and multiple text field, and then you can do that. But I'm not sure why they do not have that absolute layout. I have to check the issue. So yes, that's it. That was my demo, and you will find the same thing on the slide. It has some hello world example, but basically if you look at the code, when I'll show you again the same thing. When you create a label, for example, first number, when you drag this label, what it creates? It creates these 4 line of code. So our first level was basic calculator text. So it creates that set font. We make it bigger. If you remember, I set it to 18. Set bounds, add a new level. So this 4 line is happening. And if you drag another palette or component, anything, then it will create the same thing in here. So that's how you can do that. I think I covered everything. Now it's your part. If you have any question on any of these three parts, that I can help you with that.
Reza, thank you very much. I think you did a great job. Any questions? Yeah, so hopefully you learned how to create user interfaces, because so far in the semester we really focused on coding, but most of the time you want to interact with end users through a UI. So hopefully today's lecture was useful. So there will be a bonus assignment to this. So remember, the bonus assignment means you do not have to do it, but if you do it, it can either replace your worst assignment grade, or if you did not submit an assignment. And if it doesn't replace a worst grade, then it will be considered a bonus. So you can get extra credit.
Guy shared his comments.
Yeah. Thank you, Claudio. Yeah, I mean, design is half art, half engineering. So designing a good UI is, you can argue it is outside of computer science scope. But anyways, so I hope I didn't interrupt you, Reza. You finished, correct?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Thank you very much, Reza. I really appreciate your help. So I am going to stop recording.